Welcome to a new series where I'll document my progress on creating a first-person shooter in Godot 4, while teaching you the key steps along the way. You'll not only learn how to build a game, but also tackle the tough challenges of game development.
Today we will add enemies. Let's create a new scene. Add a character body 3D and a collision shape. Set it to capsule. Add a mesh instance. Choose capsule mesh and change the color to red. Finally, add a navigation agent 3D node. Our enemy scene is done. Let's create a bigger map using CSG containers. Add a CSG combiner node, and any CSG shape we add to it will be combined, plus collision will be created for us. Let's change the parent node type to navigation region 3D. Add a new navigation mesh and click Bake Navigation Mesh. This will create a navigation mesh, but make sure to place all the mesh instance as child of this node. Anytime you change a mesh, you will have to rebake the mesh. Let's add our enemy to this scene, but currently he just stands still. Let's fix that by first adding our player to a new player group. Now add a script to the enemy. Let's define move speed and reference our navigation agent. We will also define our player and in the ready function set it by getting all the nodes in group of player, because we only added one node, which is our player, to this group. This way we always have access to our player node. In physics process function, set navigation agent target position to player's global position. We check if navigation is finished, then we simply skip ahead and return to not waste performance. We can get our next position by calling the getNextPathPosition function. Finally, we can set the velocity toward the next position multiplied by move speed. Now the enemy chases us. We can even jump on top of him, but we have an error. We can fix this by setting the target position in process instead of physics process. Let's slow it down and add a couple more enemies. Let's organize by moving the navigation code to a separate function. Now it's time for us to add health and damage system. I will use composition for this. In a new scene, create a node and rename to health component. Add a script to it. Create a max health variable and a health variable default to max health. Let's create a new damage function with the argument attack. We will create this class in a bit. We will subtract health by damage. If health drops below 0, we will call death function on the parent, which we will implement. Let's check if parent has a function of on damage. If it has, then we call it. This will be used for some flash effect later. Create a new script called attack. set the class name to attack. Create a damage variable and attacker. In init function, we will set both these values. Now adding health is as simple as adding this node to any scene. In player on death, for now, we will just exit the game. For the enemy, we will delete it from the scene. Let's create a label to display player's health. In process function, we will set the text of label to health. In enemies process function, we will check if player is closer than a certain distance. If so, then damage the player. But it didn't work. I spent lots of time debugging it only to realize I am an idiot and then reach was too small. Now if it gets too close it damages us. But the damages is too much. Now we have a working enemy prototype. In the next video we will add a 3D model to it with custom animations and much more, so subscribe to not miss that.